The QR
Is that-
code.
Yeah. Please, move over and.
When you move around enough.
Okay, but look at, they spun the logo, and by the way, I should warn you, PowerPoint put the light gray in the background because that's the color for the entire show. It's literally on white, so the contrast is gorgeous. But this is their logo. I saw them online, I contacted them, they sent me their brochures and everything else. But the idea that they spun the logo, they broke the walls, they incorporated design aspects into the logo itself, and those are their corporate colors for the university are teal and gray. Isn't it lovely?
Yes.
So you can imagine, you put this, and the beauty of it is you click on it, boom, you're immediately going to their landing page, you're immediately going to the website, you get all the information that you want. I mean, it's really, really brilliant. This is what's happening. This is one of the top designers in Japan, started here. He is now a fine artist. I love this story. This is his fine art, and let me tell you something, it is expensive. Quite large, it comes framed. Why is it so unusual? Because it comes in all these gorgeous colors. It can match your sofa if you want, that kind of thing. But you never know what it's going to be. When you get home, you literally have to take your phone or your tablet and scan it. And one day it could be a landscape, it could be a nude, it could be flowers, it could be... So the contract with the artist is that they will change the art on a regular basis. So I'm going to show you some stuff that I think really will give you a sense of where we have gone. This is where we have gone. Embedded photo, embedded illustration. I love this one where they actually created the QR code, what looks like from the coffee, that created the coffee stain. This one doesn't even have a single straight line in the whole piece, okay? Now you'll notice that we still have the detection, perfect. So obviously this speaks to a very, very specific demographic. Much younger, much fun, that kind of thing. But 3 colors, and lovely. This is the QR code, one of the QR codes for Gillette, made out of shave cream. By the way, the Hershey's QR codes, they have a number of them. One QR code is made out of M&M's, one is made out of Hershey Kisses, one of them is made out of each of their different types of candies. They've literally done that. Or, I love this is the New York Times, the QR code was made out of balloons. Does that make sense? You are not limited. Have fun. Make this relevant. Do cool things with it, And you saw earlier that the New York Times has a QR code with the New York Times logo in the center. So this was they created this just for this issue, okay? So, this was an International Arts Festival being held in Paris. You'll notice that it's skewed art, and this is singularly my favorite. This was for an international film festival being held in Venice. That's the QR code. The rest of it is just art. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it doesn't even feel like a QR code. But you look at it, and sure enough, there are your position detectors, logo in the center, beautifully done. Do not limit yourself, please.
And you have to have messaging to accompany this, right? Because especially the one on the right, it'd be really hard to tell that's a QR code.
Well, here's the interesting thing, to your point, which is very, very well taken. This was for an international film festival in Italy, in Venice. In Europe, they're so used to seeing QR codes. They're far more advanced visually than we are in this regard. So most people saw that, and as soon as they saw this, they knew it was a QR code. We need to train our audiences better. We're very late into the game. That's why I started with that statement. But the fact of it is, you could do something like this. You can build art into it. I just don't want you to feel like it's just got to be this sort of clunky cube thing. I always sort of like, why? It's how I always feel about it. Singularly, the most popular QR code in the United States right now, it gets between 18 to 22 million hits a month. A month. You go to it, it gives you scheduling, it takes you to a storefront to buy merchandising, it takes you to YouTube videos. It's amazing. It is the QR code for True Blood, for the TV show. Isn't that brilliant? Now, I may not agree with the show. I may not agree with, you know, I may not be a part of the demographic, but I gotta tell you, from a marketing perspective and from a design perspective, don't you want 18 to 22 million hits a month? You wouldn't even know what to do with it, you know, for God's sake. But the idea is if all of a sudden it's sending you to a storefront where you're selling merchandise and interviews with the stars and scheduling, and it'll tell you whether it's a rerun or it's a new episode or whatever, to that audience, this is brilliant. And they only have to have the code once. So they put it in magazines, they put it in, it was blow-ins in newspapers, and they realized it's on their posters and stuff. I mean, it's just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant stuff. So, drop shadow, you know, that little drop of blood is just art. Doesn't mean anything unless you know you're a vampire. Singularly, the most successful fundraiser in the history of the Red Cross. Bar none. It was created in 3 days. This is the barcode. The rest of it is just this fabulous art. Why was this important? And I will share with you in no uncertain terms. This has completely changed how the future of fundraising will be done. You clicked on this. The assumption made by the Red Cross was that the majority of the people who clicked on it would do it with a smartphone. Okay? You click on it. The landing page is, yes, I want to donate. There's more aspects to it. Where I'm trying to get you is, you click on it. Yes, I want to donate, and there are boxes. $1, $5, $10, $15, $25, $50 other. You click the box that you want to donate. When you hit send, it charges your phone bill for the donation. And it was cash in hand to the Red Cross. They've raised $30 million in the first week, $100 million to date, cash in hand, as opposed to the millions of dollars that have been promised to Haiti has never gotten there. Does that make sense? The logistics of working with the phone carriers to coordinate with the banks to transfer the funds from your account then to the Red Cross was the logistical issue. But it's done. From now on, believe me, you will always see somebody using this concept where use your smartphone to make a donation. Yes, I want to donate $25, send, boom, it's on my phone. How brilliant is that? I mean, that's just the best. Anyway, you're going to have a whole page of do's and don'ts and stuff when you get this. I'm going to go through some of these quickly. If you don't mind, I'm going to pass a bunch of them just out of respect for your time and also because I want to get to the augmented reality part. Let me work backwards on this because I think it's more interesting, particularly from a graphic design perspective. Pickup art. Downloaded Getty's or UPI, whatever, Obama walking across the lawn, you know, graduates, blah, blah, blah. They took the art and time put in their frame, their red frame, which is their iconography for time, turned it into black and white art. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. To which they then added the logotype for time to create an out-of-door campaign. The beauty of this campaign was when you clicked on it, that the whole gist of this, you'll notice this is an outdoor sign. Here's a person to give you a scale of size. So they were able to use this with copy. Why? Because the purpose of this was to get you to subscribe to Time Online. That was the whole purpose of the campaign. Okay? The beauty of this is an international ad. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. You click on the QR code, right? As you click on it, it goes through your phone, it picks up the geolocation so that it knows what language you should be reading the ad in.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant. Totally brilliant. This was wonderful. This was a Calvin Klein. This was rolled up, and there was a billboard underneath, and it said on the billboard, in 30 days, we're going to show you the campaign that was censored, you know, blah, 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 because of course you all know that Calvin Klein uses scantily clad models to sell blue jeans, right? So come the day, there are literally tens of thousands of people in the street. The police literally had to block off the street. So so they unravel it. Of course, they're expecting to see some sort of, risque imagery. It's a QR code. So the next photo is tens of thousands of people, all with their phones up like this. And what did they see? It took them to this video of scantily clad models selling you jeans. Here he is jeaning her right here. What was the point of this? Now everybody knows Calvin Klein, right? What was the point of this campaign? It was very simple, two things. One, like us on Facebook. Two, join our Twitter community. It was a PR campaign. It was about buzz. It was about public relations. It was about increasing their scope of visibility. Does that make sense? Now here's the interesting thing. I sort of gave you a quick story, which was there were tens of thousands of people in the street, right? By the end of the week, over 1 million people had seen that video because it went viral. They expected that. In their mind, if they had not gotten 1 million hits on a viral basis, they would have thought that this was absolutely unsuccessful. Word of mouth was, oh, you got to go to this site, you've got to see this, and people, because they gave you the URL, so you could just call up a friend and go to this URL and you can see this video and, scantily clad models, Southern jeans. Anyway, fabulous. This is on the bus route towards the Museum of Modern Art in New York. Andy Warhol show. Click on this. This was strictly a bus kiosk campaign. Strictly. Click on it. It's on the route towards the museum. Show you images of the Warhol show. Would you like to buy tickets? Yes. What day? Tuesday. What time? 11 GM. Sold out. Noon. Yes. How many tickets to? $100. PayPal. Done. The show was 85% sold out by opening. 85%. Pass. Very nice, actually. Wonderful piece where you're starting to see QR codes being used more and more and incorporated into direct mail. Here's the interesting thing. This is already a qualified buyer. They've already responded to something, or it was gotten to them through a show. And because they already have their address, this has actually been pearled, okay? But if Jason wants to go directly to his site, he can, and it's done. In the same way, this was brilliant. Direct mail campaign, postcard. This was, they've used the software with the mailing list to be able to create individualized QR codes so that they have in fact become pearls. Tanya scans on this. Her landing page says, "Hi Tanya, welcome. Let's find out if you won the contest, because this is a part of a larger contest." And she goes through the steps, and then she determines that she has or has not won, etc. Does that make sense? Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So you can start creating these individualized QR codes as pearls as a part of a direct mail, which works perfectly into the whole campaign that's going right now. So yeah, there's some creepy stuff. Really creepy stuff. Here's the interesting thing. That tattoo, the first time you scan it, it could be her digits. It could be her phone number or whatever. The next time, it could take you to a YouTube video. And with any luck, she has washed it off by the next time, whatever. But the idea is, yeah, this really does create all kinds of possibilities. Okay. Stuff, very interesting. You loved it, yeah.
Just real quick, you showed the T-shirts. I've been told before that QR codes on T-shirts don't work because the fabric.
It will work. It will. Quite honestly, certainly. I mean, if it's billowing, you're going to have an issue. But this is probably one of the most popular things for kids right now.